Are you having difficulties starting on something difficult? You can imagine the results that you want in your head, but just when you are about to start, you become paralyzed by so many things that you need to do. So instead, you go clean your house, or cook a meal, or even watch a YouTube video. In the end, you would feel guilty for not working towards your goal, and that ruins the rest of your day. If you're having this problem, then this video is for you. In this video, we are going to cover a few simple tricks that allows you to start working on something so difficult without overthinking, without sleepless nights, and most importantly, without any burnouts. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Hasbullah. I am a senior lecturer working in Malaysia in the Faculty of Engineering. One of the most common misconceptions that I keep hearing a lot is that when you set a goal, a big one like writing a book or completing a PhD, you should just commit to it full time and keep on hustling until the book is done. But I'll tell you what, this is a perfect recipe for a burnout. I think we all can remember how many great ideas that we have but never achieved, simply because we just don't start. It's not that we don't want to start, but we just don't know how. This is just how our brain works to protect us from the unknown. In the end, we would delay doing it by procrastinating until we forget about our wonderful idea. And about 3 years later, when someone did finally execute our idea, we would be cursing at ourselves for not doing it in the first place. This has happened to me a few times, so now I'm a bit more careful when I have good ideas to make sure that I follow through with it, even though it was really difficult. This has been life-changing, and looking back, it all comes down to a few simple tricks that I'm about to tell you. The notion that when you want to start something difficult, you should just sit there for hours, combined with a lot of Red Bulls and sleepless nights, while looking very good in a movie, is not how great things are achieved. For me, the most important thing is to start small. Say you would like to write a book. Instead of thinking about researching a book, organizing public reading, and thinking about a movie deal, just start with something small like creating a folder in your desktop dedicated to files that you will use in writing your book. Then, put the materials you already have inside the folder. That's simple. And tomorrow, create a file about the outline of the book. That's it. There's absolutely no need to write 25,000 words today. Build on the small work day after day. This is how you build enough momentum to actually finish writing a book. Now, this works for other tasks as well. It could be as simple as updating your resume, but you really don't feel like doing it. That is fine. Just create a folder and put your old resume in it. Tomorrow, open the file and just read what's already in there. Day after tomorrow, do the first section. Next day, do the second section, and before you know it, you have actually completed the tasks that are most difficult for you at the time. Very often, the reason why we procrastinate is just because we don't know how to do it. I'll come back to the writing book example. Just because you don't know how to write the first paragraph doesn't mean you don't know how to write anything else. If you are not sure about your grammar, doesn't mean you cannot start. So start with something that you already know. If you are writing a book, I bet at least you would know roughly the outline of the book. So write that first, then keep building on it day after day. When you have the skeleton or the outline of the book, you could always discuss it with someone else to get more ideas. But the key is to have that outline in the first place. Otherwise, you cannot see where you are going, so you'll start to procrastinate. So start with something that you know rather than being held back with something that you don't. Very often, when we are doing something difficult, some days we feel happy doing it because it is challenging, but some other days we just don't feel like doing it because it's just too difficult. For this, we need to trick our mind into doing it. Tell yourself that you are only going to do it for 20 minutes. And that's it. For myself, when the test ended, I usually have 400 plus scripts to mark. This is obviously quite challenging for me, so I just time myself for 20 minutes and that gives me time to mark about 15 papers. Then I'll go do some other stuff without feeling guilty as I have completed my 20-minute stint. Later that evening, I do another 20 minutes marking. So after 2 weeks, all is done and I still keep my sanity. So time your effort for 20 minutes with no distraction to do the difficult things that you are supposed to do. chances are after 15 minutes you are completely in the zone and you'll end up doing it for an hour. Even if you are not, you should already be happy as you already get some work towards your goal. In completing a very complex task, very often you do not know everything. There are times where you need to seek help from others that know what they are doing. Let's say you need to create an illustration for your book, but you are not an artist. You can see it in your mind, but you just don't know how to draw. This is a critical moment in your journey because if you keep overthinking about how much you don't know, you will end up procrastinating by learning how to do it yourself. There are times for that, but if you need something done quickly and you have no intention in learning how to do it because you need to focus on finishing the book, then it is best to hire someone else to do it. An artist who have been drawing his entire life could get it done in just 10 minutes. Now, because there are so many online freelancers out there, do you think it would be worth to pay him $10 for it, rather than having to learn how to draw for 2 weeks? Of course it's worth it. If you already have an outline of the book, for example, you could even hire a ghostwriter to write the book for you so you only have to edit it later. This allows you to stay on top of the project rather than inside the project. So remember to get help when necessary because it is just impossible for one person to know everything. Now, if you have watched this video up to this point, then you already have what it takes to start doing the difficult task ahead of you. But no matter how many tips and tricks that you learn, it won't make a difference in your project if you just don't start. So my advice is just start. You will learn so much more when you just start rather than listening to hours and hours of tutorial videos. Believe me when I say that you already have what it takes to do any difficult projects that you want. You have the fundamental knowledge, you have the access to people that can do bits and pieces that you might not know how. So what are you still waiting for? Just start doing it and it will change your life. The satisfaction of a journey to create something out of your own idea is quite something very enjoyable. There you go guys, 5 tips and tricks to start working on something difficult for yourself. This is of course different between individuals, but whatever it is that you are about to work on, I hope you can find something in this video to help you start and complete the project. If you find this video useful, do consider subscribing to my channel. I post videos about life as an academic, engineering tutorials, study advices and general advices like this, so you just may learn something. Please stay safe and keep working on it to the best of your ability. Talk to you soon. Bye.